Today is Fish Friday for us. Yes. Today is Fish Friday for y'all. I got this sweater on right here, this hoodie right here. You see? See what it says right here? These are all the elements that makes up this pigmentation physically. These are all the elements right here, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So let's get into this topic right here. Why consciousness is disappearing from us? But over time, consciousness has been disappearing from us. Why is this so? Why is it so? Why is it so? Why is the consciousness? Because the consciousness of the oneness is being replaced with falsehood, with false narrative to lead your mind, body, and soul to a very, very dark place. This is why there's no care, no empathy of the human being of killing one another. And this is what's going on. It's being activated. It's being activated. Because this all been set up from the beginning. This been set up from us, right? Generation upon generation upon generation upon generation. This been pounded upon us. So now being that it's generation after generation being pounded upon us, our consciousness and our spirit is gearing towards more of what? More of this non-existent thing that is falsehood, that is leading all people all around the world to a lifestyle of empathy. These things that are procreated don't have feelings. It cannot show you how to care and have empathy for the next human being. Only the next human being can have empathy and care for one another. This is an actual true fact. Yes. Yes. We are disconnecting from the oneness. And the oneness is the one that put all things and brought all things into existence. We know that to be true. We know this to be true. And why this is true is because of who we are and where we come from. And where we come from. This is why it's really, really important to do what? To believe and disbelieve. This is why belief in the oneness was the first thing in existence, and disbelief came about of entities having free will of the ability to be here to keep things in a proper perspective. This is an actual true fact. They was given that opportunity. They reluctant on that. They reluctant on that responsibility of keeping things balanced and justice upon the earth. So physically, the Alpha, Omega, the Creator and everything existing, the Supreme Being gave us the tools and gave us everything that we needed to keep the justice and balance. And what tools that He gave us? He gave us this melanin, which melanin exists in all things. It is everything. All things which exist in everything. Now, melanin has a communication, it has an energy to detect itself. Itself reflect on each other, the melanin. I reflect on the sun reflect on me. I reflect on the moon reflect on me. I reflect on the stars reflect on me. I reflect on the grass reflect on me. I reflect on the trees reflect on me. And so forth and so on. You see, these things that's not being taught is because the reason why it's not being taught is because we getting further away of consciousness. And consciousness is of your spirit. And your spirit is the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing. And once you disconnect with that and something interfere with that, it breaks the connection, right? And the energy and the vibe of knowing thyself. This is an actually true fact. Yes. I know and understand that a lot of us are in the state, on the state that we are in. That is because it's been replaced with things that is the op of us and is the op of yourself. And what is the op of yourself? It's something that you cannot see with your eyes that have the free will. Not the Alpha Omega, but there's other things and entities that's there to misuse you, misguide you, and deceive you. That's an actual true fact. You know that to be true. You know it to be true. We have to face the reality of our consciousness. And your consciousness is a blessing. And your consciousness is a tool. And your consciousness is a weapon at the same time. That you can use all of the elements that's in the universe, the core, to do your bidding with the help of the Supreme Being. It's an actual true fact. I'm dropping big heat upon you and myself. You see, nobody's not going to tell you the truth. Nobody's not going to tell you the truth. The map and the plan that's being set for the demise of the human being that's being replaced with all of these other things. Did we not just see months ago that thousands of workers lost their job into artificial intelligence? Like, that's it. We heard of it, we see it, and then we forget it and we pick up. That's the effect. That is the effect that is having upon your connection, because oh wow, I saw that. Oh, did you just see that flash right there? Yo, I hope that you saw that. I hope you saw the connection. I hope you saw that light. Everybody just saw that. You saw the light. That means that the things that I'm saying to you is an actually true fact. I'm trying to get you to tap into your foreverness. And by you tapping into your foreverness, it's liking and sharing and subscribing to the next person. So I can be inside their home. I can be on their tablet. I can be inside their mind, body, and soul to lead them to the oneness, to the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing. This is an actually true fact. And we want to give him his praise where his praise is due. And even in the face of adversity, even in the face of difficulty, he is going to be there. He said in scriptures that he does not place a burden greater than on you which you can bear. So the burdens that's placed upon us, he placed them upon them, but he's not going to place a greater burden which you cannot bear. Things that's outside of your control, he will deal with them in his time. In his time. So consciousness is being replaced by artificial things that have studied the human brain for many, many, many years. And what human brain has been studied the most? What human brain has been studied the most? I don't think that we need to get in that topic, but we need to address that consciousness is being replaced by disbelief. And disbelief, right, have no empathy and care for the next human being, whether you white, you black, you Spanish, or anything. You understand what I'm saying? So I need for you to understand that. So this channel is to bring awareness to you. This channel is to do what? This channel is to do what? To help you do what? To help you add on to what? This month and every other month, in the whole entire year, in your whole lifetime while you are here in the present, in the physical form, is to do what? Is to add on, build and add on, build and add on, not to destroy, but to add on. And what's to add on? The correct understanding of what? The indigenous descendant inheritance month and legacy. And what is that? That is to respect our elders that put forth the knowledge and understanding and wisdom which at that time that we needed. So we have to get to a different plane. We have to get to a different dialogue, and this dialogue will help us. We are in the spiritual realm as what? As spirituality is taking a shift upon us. And as it's shifting, non-belief of existence of a human being is being replaced, of obsoleting your consciousness, obsoleting your connection. And we don't want that. We don't want that, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen. We do not want that. So this is part one. This is part one. This is part one. I really appreciate that you like and share and get this information out. I'm not going to make this a long, drawn out topic, but it's much needed inside of our civilization, able civilization. I know a lot of things have been taken from us, but I'm here to do what? With the help of the Alpha Omega, I am the tactician. I am the organizer. I am the interpreter of what? Of what? Good orderly direction, which is leading to what? Parallel to serve the supreme being. This is an actual true fact. This is the year of the fish, y'all. This is the year of the fish. Pay homage to the fish. Pay homage to the fish, y'all. Pay homage to the fish. Do not let this year catch you without you paying homage to the fish. This sweater right here shows all of the elements which the Alpha Omega, the creating everything existing, which did what? With this melanin physically. It's copper, hydrogen, and every other element which produced this melanin. And with all of these elements, you yourself have what? Have control, limited control, that these elements exist in animals, in water, in the sea, that you can call so you can harvest to do your work, which is what? Which is what? Which is the correct understanding on what we're supposed to have as people. Rob, thank you so much. Rob is in the building. I am the officer of Team Flow. Thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate that you're here. I appreciate. And this is what we're doing here. We are doing this is because we are it's much needed amongst us. We have to teach and we have to destroy and build and reconstruct our mind and our brains and our soul and get it in alignment with the supreme being, with the oneness, the almighty, the creator and everything existing. And when you do that, you can get things done. You can't get things done coming from a spiritual sense, a spiritual awareness, a spiritual connection, and a spiritual intelligence with knowledge, wisdom, understanding, so you can define your square, you can define your circle, so you can know thyself. This is an actual true fact. That's right. These are all big shots here. These are all big shots. My boy Rob said, yo, bro, you are really a God-gifted brother to me. Your words changed my life. Now I'm very God. That is because of you. And I appreciate it, Rob. You are my brother of faith. You are my brother of what? Of what? Of the up the God right ones. And anybody that's on this channel, Team Flow, we are here to put things in a proper perspective. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, this is the year that we take back our consciousness. We do not allow things to enter our consciousness. We do not alternate our brain structures, which is set there. See, your brain structure was studied years ago, and it's being studied and it's being modified. So what we can do is imprint on our soul, which cannot be touched in our spirit. That belongs to him, which no human being cannot see. They know that it exists, but they can't see it. I am the moon. I am the God. I am the indigenous descendant. I am the foundation of America. That's right. And I feel the same way. And I feel the same way. And we should all feel the same way of upholding the belief of our land. Because our land is the blessed land. Our land is the milk and honey. Our land is the Garden of Eden. It's the Garden in Eden, and it's parallel. This place, America, is parallel with the beyond that we cannot see with our physical eye, but with the spiritual eye. And this is why our spirit is being oppressed and depressed and placed there with force a narrative and everything else to use trickery upon us so we can define our square and our circle and master and blast off like a rocket with the help with the supreme being. This is an actual true fact. Woo! This is big shots. This is big shots here. This is big shots. This is big shots. This is big shot. And yes, I am God. And our wives and our daughters and our nieces and our mothers are goddess. Because they got the what? Good orderly direction. We are not the ultimate. We are not the ultimate. We are not the ultimate. But we are part of the ultimate and the all-seeing. A piece of it. This is an actually true fact. That's right. So we have to power each other by educating each other and getting each other consciousness and waking each other up and pushing back and pushing back and pushing back. Peace. Feeling godly this morning. Thank you so much. Because if you're feeling this way, because you are on a path and you are on what? A level of good orderly direction for you and your family and your loved one. And I want to thank you so much for allowing me into your homes, for allowing me on your tablets, for allowing me on your phones, for allowing me on your computers, for allowing me on your speakers and radios and everything else. That we need to amplify the oneness of the Alpha Omega, the creating everything existing, letting him know that we are still here, that we are still rolling with him. And we are doing our duties with our melanin because we know thyself and we know him and we know and understand. That's an actual true fact. But with limitation. I'm the tribe, brother. You're my tribe. That's right. We are of the same. That's right. And we understand that because the spirit, because the witness and the vibe and understand, knowing that we have a connection and we have a duty to do upon ourselves, upon our loved ones, upon our community, and upon the universe, and ultimately upon the Alpha Omega, which gave us this melanin to keep things justice and balance. That's right. Woo! Big shots here. Please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe, get this information out. I really, really appreciate that. That's right. This is the dopest channel on YouTube. This is the dopest channel on YouTube. Actually, true fact. Yo, just said it. We are spiritual beings. That's right. But cloak with a beginning and end. We are spiritual before we are physical. Always remember that we are him and he is us. But place limitation on us and certain things to actually true fact. And you know why he did that? Because other than can gain access to you. Like what's going on in this world right now. Look what's going on in this world. Our minds are being what? Digital control. Internet control, website control by those that build it. Now, I'm not saying nothing is wrong with the digital world. I'm not saying nothing is wrong with AI. I'm not saying that. But a certain part of this digital world can control your thoughts and your images and everything else, and have you to do things that you may not know because you're not strong enough to see what's going on. It's an actual true fact. It's an actual true fact. Yes, it had access, it has its benefits, but it also has its pros and cons to it. And a lot of people is using the pros instead of the cons. This is actually true fact. And we need to understand that. Coming from the spiritual realm. Television itself tells a vision. What vision? That's right. It tells the vision of other things and other people's thoughts. And once you allow other people's thoughts and images to seep inside your mind, body, and soul, you will start to control other people's motion and movement by the brain waves, by the physical brain waves. Each part of our brain has a channel that controls our physical and our image. Your brain is a sponge that houses information. It houses information. So we have to be very, very careful what we see, what we watch, what we listen to. That's really, really important. It's really, really important. And this been going on since generation, curses upon curses, curses upon curses upon us. So it is my job as being a tactician and the organizer and the interpreter of spirituality that I've been over here over 30 years, sitting here and watching from up a position that none of us can see, and then this entity is watching me from a position which I cannot see him physically, but sense his what? Sense his presence, but cannot see him. You understand what I'm saying? To drive, to murder, death, destroy me, so I will not bring the truth, accurate knowledge to you and the whole people all around the world. It's an actual true fact. Yes. Somebody just told me, Bill Gates, watch me. Trump, watch me. And Mr. Musk, watch me. They watch me. They watch me. And I didn't want to tell you what else was going on. But I want to thank the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing, for blessing me with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and being here in this era right now, and being here in this time right now to teach us what we need to do and uplift us and bring awareness to us what's going on in the spiritual realm, because there's a spiritual shift that's constantly going on each and every day. I've been into the science since '89. That's right. So I want us to be aware. To be aware. And to be aware is to have notice. And to have notice is to have knowledge. And to have knowledge is to have intelligence. And to have intelligence is to have understanding. And to have understanding and wisdom. And to have wisdom is a connection of consciousness. And have consciousness is to bear witness that there is one creator, one supreme being, because all of mathematics equals back to one. When you do the mathematics, it equals back to one. And this is the correct understanding in the teachings of our civilization, of a human being, of all human beings. And this was the knowledge and understanding that was sent down and imprinted in Abel. Peace and blessings be upon him. That's right. So I want you guys to have a Fish Friday. Happy Friday, Juma Friday. Peace to the gods. Peace to the goddess, the earth. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to the Muslims. Peace to the conscious. Peace to the conscious. Peace to the conscious. And peace to those that have spirituality with the connection of the Alpha Omega that is in tune. That is in tune. Peace, y'all. Peace. Peace, peace, peace.